Everyone and their mom seems to have an opinion about this escapist thing, and I'm no different. Chris, what's this escapist thing? Okay, let me back up. The Escapist is a gaming news website like IGN or GameSpot, but not quite as big. It's the last place Jim Sterling made content before going independent. It's where Yahtzee's zero punctuation review series calls home. Late last week, Russ Pitts, the new editor-in-chief, announced that The Escapist would be relaunching with a few big changes. One particular part of his statement caused the internet to spit hot takes left and right. Let me read it for you. We're leaving politics at the door. Most of us have thoughts about politics, just like most of you. And because we're creators, those thoughts might show up in our work. Avoiding that would be unnatural. That said, I can promise you no one here will share their politics in an attempt to convince you yours are wrong. And your worth will not be calculated based on whether you're on the left or on the right. Politics are everywhere, but they don't have to be everything. We're going to focus on what's fun, and we hope you'll join us in that. Right off the bat, this statement seems like it was off the cuff and wasn't very well thought out. Let me explain why it seems so weird to me. First, he says they're leaving politics at the door, but then immediately admits that their personal political thoughts will show up in their work. He says they won't attempt to convince readers that their political views are wrong, but our natural reaction to reading an opinion we disagree with is to get defensive. Yes, ideally, people can take the opinions of others for what they are, just opinions. But if you've looked at Twitter or Facebook or any other social media at all in the last few years, you know most people aren't that way. They see someone that they disagree with, and they have to argue. They have to tell the other person why their opinion is wrong. So why does Pitts think the Escapist needs to make these changes? Obviously, he believes in the Escapist and thinks being less political might make the website more accommodating for more people. The core problem here is that written media is being dwarfed by YouTube and podcast creators. If I were him, I would make the Escapist primarily a YouTube channel, with Yahtzee taking center stage. What? Okay, the Escapist already has a YouTube channel, and since November 2014, the only videos have been from Yahtzee, and it has over 1 million subscribers, and it has over 667 million total views. With an already popular and established YouTube channel and gaming news trending more and more in that direction, I'm surprised Pitts wants to dedicate so much time and energy into what will essentially be a new website with a new staff. One kind of odd opinion I've seen is that gaming websites will get more traffic if they had more politically diverse writers and creators. They claim websites are dominated with Democrats and liberals, and that's probably true. But if there were more conservatives writing about games, you might have seen a Detroit Become Human review give it a lower review score because there were lesbian androids. But maybe that's not fair. Not all conservatives are against homosexuality. Let me start over. If there were more conservatives writing about games, you might have seen God of War get a lower review score because it glorifies false gods and false religions. Okay, maybe that's not fair either. If there were more conservatives writing about games, Call of Duty games might get lower review scores because if the US of A had a strong enough military, levels would be beaten very easily, even on veteran difficulty. Maybe that isn't fair either. One conservative I know of is Colin Moriarty. I've followed his work since just after he founded Kinda Funny and still follow him now. He's easily the most outspoken conservative in the gaming world, but in all that time, the only politically conservative statement he's ever made about video games is that there should be more conservative voices. He has a unique view on many games, just like everyone does. If you watch his God of War or Detroit reviews, there's nothing conservative or libertarian about the reviews. My point here is that I don't know what opinion I'm missing out on by Kotaku or IGN not having any outspoken conservative writers. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm way off. Maybe The Escapist will become the biggest gaming news outlet on the internet. Maybe there's a conservative video game talking point I can't think of. I genuinely want to know, though. If you agree or disagree, let's talk in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.